They changed the formula. Say it ain't so. Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're brand new here, hi, my name's Courtney, and I love using tips and tricks from the Curly Girl method to improve the health of my hair. I've been doing this for a little while now. Back in 2018, I stumbled across this thing called the Curly Girl method, and my hair, when I started out, looks like this. And after lots of tinkering and playing around and dedication to improving the health of my hair now looks like this. Or like this, if I feel like putting it up in a bun. Today's video is actually going to be all about a product that I have been talking about for years at this point, and that is a non-Curly Girl approved product, the Suave Daily Clarifying Shampoo. For the longest time, I have loved using this product as a way to effectively clarify my hair right before I deep condition. I've been recommending it for lots of people who have fine, wavy hair. If you have really low porosity hair that's very prone to buildup, if you're oily, if you're greasy, this is great. It's an extremely basic formula. I'll actually throw the formula that I have up on the screen right now. You can see that it has water, sodium lauryl sulfate, and not much else after that. There's actually citric acid, which is a chlorine neutralizer, and there is some disodium EDTA in it, which theoretically is a chelating ingredient. I don't think that the Suave is actually chelating because it's in such low concentrations. But anyway, the reason I love this old formula so much is that it is basically just water and sodium lauryl sulfate. Lauryl sulfate being more gentle than sodium lauryl sulfate, which can be a tiny bit stripping, drying. It can be a little bit too much. But the reason I've loved this formula for so long is that there's really nothing in it that's going to interfere with your hair. It is perfect for stripping off all buildup and then giving you a very clean slate to then deep condition on top of. There's not going to be anything blocking your hair from absorbing all the deep conditionery goodness. I personally have found that I cannot deep condition when there is any product on my hair, when there's any kind of buildup on my hair. It completely negates the effectiveness of the deep conditioner. It's like I just didn't even deep condition at all. But when I use a product that does have water, sodium lauryl sulfate in it, really gets my hair nice and clean, and then I deep condition, it's heaven. Also, the Suave formula does not contain any butters or oils or aloe or anything in it that could potentially be interfering with your hair. And that is one of the reasons that I've recommended it for so long. There are a bunch of different hair types out there. Some people's hair is reactive to aloe, some people's hair is reactive to coconut oil, some people's hair is reactive to a lot of things, oils and butters. Some people's hair hates shea butter with a burning passion. So not having any of those additives in the Suave formula is what made it a go-to for me. And it was only recently that it was brought to my attention that the formula of this bad boy was switched, and I didn't notice. The formula that I have is the formula that I'm showing here, but a sweet subscriber let me know that the formula is now switched to this. You can see that the second ingredient is no longer sodium lauryl sulfate, but actually a surfactant that I've never even seen before. It reminds me of sodium C14, C16 olefin sulfonate, but it's not. It's something I haven't run into before. Pretty sure that that ingredient is also not Curly Girl approved, just like the original formula is not Curly Girl approved. But here's the thing. After this was brought to my attention, I went on the internet and started finding reviews for the new formula of the Suave Daily Clarifying Shampoo. And a lot of people were saying that while they were longtime users of the old formula and loved it, this new formula they found to be very, very drying, completely different than the old formula. So me and my sweet little old formula, I'm sitting over here recommending this to people saying it's not too drying, and it really is not. It's pretty mild as far as clarifiers go. In fact, I have some low poos in my collection that are actually more stripping feeling than this on my hair. Anyway, people are saying that the new formula is way more drying and way more stripping, and honestly, I don't even know how that surfactant works. I haven't found any research on it, so I don't even know if it's like gonna work the same as sodium lauryl sulfate and removing silicones and butters and oil buildup and all that jazz. So I shared a little bit of this information with you on my Instagram stories, and oh my goodness, so many people had so many recommendations on what to use as a substitute. Also, P.S. I did not run out for the sake of wavy curly science and buy a bottle of the new formula of the Suave and test it on my hair. I am taking the reviewers off of the internet's word for it that the new formula is slightly more drying, or a lot more drying, than the old formula. Anyway, we need to find a substitute. And lots of people gave me really good suggestions. And I have two options now that could potentially substitute for the old Suave Daily Clarifying Shampoo. Here's the kicker. I love this formula because it was very basic. There was nothing in it that could potentially interfere with your hair. And it was so affordable. Unfortunately, I have not found anything comparable cost-wise that has the same benefits. I did look at a lot of shampoos in the drugstore, and all of the ones that I found that were in a similar price point did contain that sodium lauryl sulfate, and I have found that sodium lauryl sulfate is actually more stripping feeling on my hair than the sodium lauryl sulfate that's in this bad boy. All that being said, this shampoo isn't too bad as a clarifier. I have talked about this before. I did accidentally make a boo-boo when I filmed my drugstore wavy hair routine. I went into the drugstore and was reading ingredients labels like a madwoman with my mask slipping up over my nose, so every time I looked down I could not see. I also had my toddler with me, and he was having so much fun trying to run and open and sniff all the shampoo bottles. So wrangling a toddler, mask slipping into face, I missed that the second ingredient on this shampoo is sodium lauryl sulfate. And the day that I used it, I did notice that my hair felt really clean, and my hair didn't curl up like it normally does. Even though I did my normal kind of routine with products that my hair theoretically should love, my hair didn't turn out as curl enhanced as it has in the past. I just felt weird after that wash day, and actually intuitively deep conditioned my hair because my hair just wasn't feeling right. And then after I deep conditioned, it felt better. And that's because I should have been deep conditioning after using this product. The only kicker in this product that might make it not work for some people's hair is the aloe leaf juice. But other than that, if your hair doesn't hate aloe, this could be a great clarifying option for you because the rest of the formula is pretty basic, which is good. The other option that I found that is very similar to the Suave Daily Clarifying Shampoo is, oh wow, you can't even see it. I kind of love this packaging. This is so cool. This is the, there we go. This is the Neutrogena Anti-Residue formula. It does have water as the first ingredient, then sodium lauryl sulfate as the next ingredient, and then very few ingredients after that. So this is actually probably the closest thing I found to the Suave. Unfortunately, it's not nearly as cost effective. This little bottle here cost $5, whereas like the giant, like this is the 97-cent bottle. So anyway, that is, I think this might be my favorite clarifying option if you can't find the old formula of the Suave. Now, for those of you who are very strict curly girl and really don't want to be using a sulfate and are stumbling across this video wanting a curly girl approved clarifying option, I got you covered. Here are my two favorite clarifiers that are curly girl approved. First off, the Ion Hard Water Shampoo. It's fantastic. It's curly girl approved. It has some chelating ingredients in it which will remove hard water buildup from your hair. This is very cleansing, and it does contain the sodium C14, C16 olefin sulfonate in there, which isn't technically a sulfate, but some studies have shown that it does have effectiveness in removing silicone and butter and oil buildup from the hair. Definitely butter and oil, but also it removes silicones pretty well. So this is a very good option. You will need to deep condition like a mad woman after you use this because it's pretty cleansing. Also, P.S. in my experience, not all clarifying shampoos are chelating, but all chelating shampoos are clarifying. So if it is a chelating shampoo, consider it a clarifier and deep condition after you use it. Okay? Okay. The next up, clarifying option, and probably the most stripping shampoo I own is, can we even see it, is the Giovanni Tea Tree Triple Treat Shampoo. This bottle is bigger than my head. I did get this at TJ Maxx. I really liked this back when my hair was recovering from high growth fatigue and it was really prone to being over moisturized. I could use this every single time I washed my hair and it was fine. Now that my hair is more balanced, it's not so over moisturized. When I use this, I find that it is a little bit too drying, too stripping for daily use. Now, this is what I reach for when I feel like I need to clarify and deep condition. I need to get all the product buildup off of my hair, but I don't feel like my hair is needing the sodium lauryl or sodium lauryl sulfate, either one of those. It's not needing a sulfate, but it needs a good clean so that I have a clean slate to deep condition on top of. This is what I will reach for. All right, guys, that is it for this video. I really wanted to make a video talking about this Suave formula change. I will add that after I posted those stories on Instagram, Suave amazingly messaged me and told me that they are switching back to the old formula, the good old water and sodium lauryl sulfate formula. Yay! I'm so excited. I really appreciated them. They're a big company. They took the time out of their day to let me know that they are switching it back. So I'm passing that information along to you. So if you are thinking of wandering into your local grocery store and picking up the Suave as a potential clarifier for you, make sure to turn the bottle over. If the first two ingredients are not water and sodium lauryl sulfate, that's not the formula that I think is awesome. Make sure to look at the back of the bottle before you pick it up because apparently this new formula is very different than the formula that I have, that I recommend, that I like. I've given you substitute options now. I've been getting a lot more questions about this subject since I talked about it in my Instagram stories. So here's a video with all the information I have for you on this subject. I sure hope it was helpful. And I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye! Possibility of a clarifier. My bun is not on point. The frizz is everywhere. I really do need to clarify and deep condition today. Oh, my lands. Okay. What are they doing? There's a lot of construction going on across my street. Are you done? Do you need to keep banging your shovel? I've given you substitute options now.